Good evening. It's just over a year since Bobby Moore lost his battle with cancer. A loss felt deeply here in the East End, but also throughout the football world, which is why the first ever FA Premier League team will take on West Ham in the Bobby Moore Memorial Match. 108 caps for England, the highlight of course lifting the World Cup in 1966 at Wembley against West Germany. As manager Sir Alf Ramsey said, he was the heartbeat of the team. It would have been impossible to win the World Cup without him. Moore, Peters and Hurst, a hat-trick of Hammers who formed the backbone of the England team. Bobby Moore joined West Ham from school, coached from his early days by Malcolm Allison. He joined the professional staff at Upton Park at the age of 16. Around 650 appearances for the Hammers, so many outstanding memories for both club and country.
Calais also got a goal in that game. Trofeo, and again Bobby Moore in there to stop him. That's broken for Giardino. We've only got two defenders back. Ron Lamone and Bobby Moore. Now Muller is coming. Giardino going all the way on his own, and Moore stops it. What a player this fellow is.
The only other English League club he played for was Fulham, a fleeting opportunity to star with George Best and Rodney Marsh, and an FA Cup final appearance against West Ham, of all clubs. No glory this time at Wembley in 1975, but we'll remember Bobby Moore for his unshakable coolness in the claret and blue of West Ham. And his memory will live on at Upton Park. His widow Stephanie Moore unveiled a striking bronze bust in the new stand at West Ham before the match by sculptor Neil Andrew. It's a remarkable artistic achievement.
It's the first time I've seen it. I spoke to Neil Andrew, who was commissioned to do the bust, and it really is quite magnificent. The likeness was very disconcerting for me. It's a very personal moment as well. It's a marvellous tribute to Bobby.
A golden bust for the golden boy.
That's right, very much so, yes.
How would he have dealt with all this today, do you think?
I think he would have been amazed. Whenever I went to football matches with him, he used to glide in and glide out again, commentating this was, and very rarely did people even know he was there. He went about his business very, very quietly. He would be amazed and very, very touched by this evening, I think.
And we're standing in front of the Bobby Moore stand. I mean, you can't have a more special monument than that.
That's right. Well, this was Bobby's home, and he played here for many, many years, and he was very, very much loved here. And so it's right that the stand should be named after him.
An exceptional man. I mean, I coached him from when he was 12 years of age, and he was terribly intelligent there. He had a computer brain, and he read the game so well. He was such a good player, and he was such a lovely person. You know, everybody loved him.
I was fortunate enough to play in the same team as him and kept in the same bedroom as him when we used to go to away games. So he was a very close friend of mine, and he was a great, great player.
It's great to see the guys back again. Everyone's happy to be here, and obviously paying their tribute to Bobby in their own way.
They were good times, and there were some hell of a good players there, and well, they're all here tonight, perhaps, at the side, plus a lot of good youngsters at the time, you know. Good manager, Ron Greenwood. You know, it was bubbling, and for 3 years, you know, you'd like to think perhaps it might have just gone on a little longer, but that's besides the way. It didn't. Those 3 years, I'll never forget them.
It's a school of football, and we're all proud of the fact. But Bobby himself, a great guy. I was very close to him. And despite the fact I'm away in South Africa, as most people know, we've still stayed in contact. In fact, probably the proudest moment I can say about Bobby, which not many people know about, he came out to South Africa 3 seasons for me and played 19 games, and we didn't lose a game. And he was really magnificent. And we had wonderful moments up in Table Mountain, and we had a bottle of red wine or a bottle of white wine. Fantastic. And I loved him and his family, and I'm really sad. But, you know, life goes on, and as I said, tonight is nostalgic for everybody, including me, and we're so happy and proud to be back. I just wish that he could be here with us.
We were a very close-knit bunch of lads, and Bobby was no different from any of the rest of us. And although he had all the accolades, and quite rightly so, he was one that mixed with all. He loved to be with the lads whenever he could, and we found that difficult, you know, around this area because of his blonde hair. He stood out like a sore thumb in that respect. So I think he made the most of it when we went abroad, so we could get away from him and not worry about anything at all, and he could really relax there.
Would Morrow have liked this tonight?
I think had he been here, I think he was slightly sort of tongue-in-cheek and embarrassed about it. Although really in life, it's probably better that sometimes he should be here really, rather than doing it after he's gone. I think it's, I'm not sure whether he'll like it, he may be a bit embarrassed about it, but I think it's a fitting tribute to a great man of sport and a great guy as well.
Yes, all the players who won the FA Cup in 1964 with Bobby Moore at West Ham and the Cup Winners' Cup final the following year turned out to add their tribute. Some from distant places, reunited after triumphs 30 years earlier.
And almost in the last seconds of the game, West Ham inside right Ronnie Boyce heads into the net.
A dramatic FA Cup win over Preston heralded further success in Europe a year later.
Bobby Moore placed the kick well. And Seeley scored again. What a night for West Ham as Bobby Moore received the trophy from the president of the European Union of Football Association.
Now those happy Hammers are invited to perform the official opening ceremony for the new Bobby Moore stand, completed only recently at a cost of £5 million. 7,500 seats, comfort for the Hammers fans of the future. Now the official introductions, with the rain still falling before a minute's silence impeccably observed. And now to the activities on the pitch tonight, and quite a job for our commentator. Spotting the West Ham team will be simple enough, but there are 22 squad members in the Premier League team. The man with the job is John Helm.
Thank you, Matthew. Well, I hope I also have my work cut out counting the goals tonight. And on a night of tribute from so many stars of the footballing world, I'm sure Bobby Moore would have been the first to applaud West Ham's gesture of playing Danny Williamson, a young man in the team for the first time. A bright prospect. The Hammers expect great things from him in the future. And it's a marvellous opportunity for him to share the stage this evening with current internationals. He'll play in midfield in this starting lineup. West Ham can be expected to make a few substitutions as well. George Graham has a wealth of talent at his disposal, with every Premier League club having supplied one player. It abounds with internationals, and a nice touch in the starting lineup, the inclusion of one-time Hammers favourite Tony Cottee, now at Everton, of course. Philip Donn from Hanwell Park in Middlesex is tonight's referee, and he will last the 90 minutes, hopefully. The intention is to play two different 11s, so there'll be 11 substitutions for the second half in the Premier League side. Ryan Gunn playing the ball out wide for Dwight York. It's raining at Upton Park at the moment, so the surface might be a little greasy. Tony Cottee getting his first touch of the evening, bringing McClare into things. McClare, I did ask Billy Bonds before the start of the game if he thought it would be a competitive match. He said he hopes not. By that I think he means that it should turn out to be a very good exhibition evening. Not too many raw challenges. Night that Billy Bonds and Harry Redknapp in front of him can cherish, really, as tremendous colleagues of Bobby Moore's. But tonight there's no pressure in terms of the result. Just here to enjoy the evening. Bottle tried to play it off the opponent there, instead of which it's come through to Matt Holmes. And there are 2-3 men lining up alongside him. Clive Allen will try his luck, and it's a terrific try too from the prolific Clive Allen. Hammers fans haven't seen a lot of Clive Allen this season due to injury, and here he is setting his sights, and it would have beaten Brian Gunn. Nice to see there weren't too many late withdrawals from the originally selected side. Manchester United have sent Brian McClare instead of the originally chosen Eric Cantona, who's injured. There's Dorigo of Leeds. Finds his man McClare. McClare shot, and it's a good one too. Brian McClare, who struck that valuable goal for Manchester United last week in the Coca-Cola Cup match against Sheffield Wednesday. Hitting this one well. Good stop from Mikloško. Full stretch. So many of these players are comfortable on the ball. Here's one of them, Bishop. Finding Clive Allen out wide of him. That's where he was seeking to play it to Gordon. Doriga's interception. Now John Walk. That's neat. Cottee, York. Very well won indeed there by Kenny Brown, who gallop onto Allen's reverse pass. Dale Gordon now. Hammers have got two in the middle. Bishop's arriving as well. What's Gordon going to do with this one? Nips it out to his outside for Brown. The cross looks deep. Comes from Bishop. Pings it back in there. And now Clive Allen. Puts over his head by Clive Allen. Two good efforts from him. Two good saves by Brian Gunn. Well, the fans love that. Terrific ball being played out there for Cottee, for McClare. For Cottee again, lovely football, and Cottee finishes it in typical style. Just what the Hammers fans wanted to see. Their old hero, the first to hit the target. Delightfully worked goal, this one. Brian McClare struggling to get a regular place for Manchester United. Tony Cottee, what a combination.
First goal of the evening scored for the Premier League 11 by Tony Cottee.
So Tony Cottee gives the Premier League side the lead. Won't count in his official tally, but he's got 16 this season for Everton. It's going to seem very strange for these Premier League players to come up at half time. Now they're on the back foot. It's Dale Gordon. It's Matt Holmes. And it might be a little bit too deep. Oh, it's Morley who's cut it back, and Venison might. I thought he might have to put that out or play it back to Gunn. In the end, he was calmness personified, as was Hoddle. Maybe McClare's a little bit too calm. Here's a chance. Not quite. Bishop looking for Allen in there. Bishop wanted it. Holmes says no, let me have a go. And he does, he goes on. And he's in here, Matty Holmes. Venison didn't let him. Oh, and that makes a present of it. And he collects it. It had to be Clive Allen, whose name has figured on so many score sheets over the years, doesn't miss gifts like that one. Matty Holmes getting in there, doing all the hard work, trying to get on the end of Morley's return ball, and then Barry Venison made a gift of it. Clive Allen said thanks a lot. Nice move, and it deserved a goal. Venison will curse the fact he has just managed to find Clive Allen with the ball out.
Equalising goal score for West Ham.
He's only got a couple this season for West Ham, so it's nice to know he's still got the knack. Well, in the back row there, some of the old-time players. Martin Peters. In the middle is Johnny Sissons, and on his right, goalkeeper Jim Standen. Very well won indeed. Now it's Holmes, Roland desperate to get up with him, so Holmes goes on. And again the ball is played away straight to a West Ham foot, that of Dale Gordon. Holmes is revelling in it. Oh, he's threaded this one through. Dale Gordon beaten away by Brian Gunn. Gordon looked a certain scorer for a moment.
George, a great night, a privilege to be involved, I guess.
Yeah, very much so. Very enjoyable managing a side full of the Premier League stars. Very enjoyable.
Not a bad team, is it?
Very good, some good, nice football. You know, not a lot of tackles going on, but a lot of lovely skill.
And I don't think the West Ham fans minded Tony Cottee scoring either, did they?
Yeah, it was a very good, great move actually, wasn't it? I mean, Hoddle is displaying all his skills that we expect Glenn Hoddle to exhibit, and it's a nice night. I hope the fans are enjoying it.
Gordon tussles for it, didn't come to him. To walk, plays it into a huge gap down the left. Taken up now by McClare. Cottie's in the middle. Wilcox is up ahead of him too. And out here is Dwight York. On he goes, past the first challenge. Nips it through for Glenn Hoddle. Oh, that would have been an absolutely gorgeous goal. Glenn Hoddle with a little clip there as McCluskey came out. It was like a dink shot in tennis, but it's cleared away off the line. Holmes was desperate to get a touch of the ball. He hadn't had one for about 2 minutes. Well read by Venison, but surely a goal for Gordon. No! Right across the face of that Premier League goalmouth from Dale Gordon. Not even Clive Allen could get the critical touch this time. Venison, I think he just stopped, and Dale Gordon wasn't sure whether to shoot for the net or try and lay it on for Allen. Kenny Brown. Trevor Morley, a cracking effort. He thought about it, hit it well, and it's a foot the wrong side of Gunn's right hand upright. That's a sweet try. With the last action of the half, and it gives Dwight York a chance to do something, and the ball laid into the path here of Cottee. Surely no, good ball from Dwight York. Tony Cottee timed the run perfectly. Look at this for a chance, and Tony Cottee on a Saturday would have been very unhappy to have missed that. Tonight not quite so important, and he has got one goal. Mr. Don was about to blow the whistle then, and then he spotted West Ham coming forward, surging forward, but that in fact will be half-time. It's honours even here, and Tony Cottee leads the applause. That's what you'll see of him tonight. The Hammers fans have appreciated his reappearance here. He gave the Premier League the lead. Clive Allen equalised, and we'll be back to see how the Premier League's second 11 can do after the break.
I saw Bobby Moore when he first played for West Ham. I've followed him all his career, and I met him occasionally, socially, and I found him to be a most charming person, and somebody who anybody could look up to.
I know he was a really good player, and everyone really enjoyed him playing football, and I think he was the best. That no one will ever forget him.
What do you know about Bobby Moore?
I know he was a really good player, and in 1966 he was captain for England and lifted the World Cup. So my dad said he's a really good player.
Brilliant, he was gorgeous. My idol.
He's a gentleman. He's always had time for anybody, even when we stood outside for tickets, he always stopped and shook hands. He's just a gentleman football.
My dad said I've got to keep my programme to show my children when I'm going to tell them the stories about him.
Welcome back. Well, as promised, we've got an entirely new 11 out now representing the Premier League. It features two old Hammers heroes, fullback Julian Dix, who joined Liverpool this season, of course, and the one and only Liam Brady, better remembered for his Arsenal performances maybe, but still a huge favourite from his days here at Upton Park. And West Ham too have made a number of alterations during the half-time interval, and this is their personnel. Here is Liam Brady. Great to see him back. Last played here about 4 years ago, and a terrific cheer for Julian Dix. What a legend. Irish international, record number of caps. Neatly down the line for Potts. Bit of a wayward ball from him, and now Barker, and now Brady. Unfortunately, stamps on the ball. Very un-Brady-like. Dix. Brady, the shorter ball. Undlove, the little back flick. Takes it again from Barker. Looks to swing on him, but Tony Gale's covering that possibility. So instead it's a lovely little knockback for Rocastle. Bit of a dodgy moment for goalkeeper Kelly. Carried by David Rocastle, who's obviously enjoying his move to Manchester City. He didn't get much first-team football at Leeds, but he's been a revelation since he went to Main Road. Somerby takes the Premier League corners in this second half, and there's a lot of men in there for it, and Dean Holdsworth's header cleared off the line. Splendid effort from Holdsworth, who's actually scored against West Ham for Wimbledon this season. He was the only one of the starting lineup who had. And it was Rowland who kicked it off the line. Now... Undlove couldn't win the corner. The best moment of the second half so far. Somerby's corner. Watch Dean Holdsworth get up so well and fires in the header, which Rowland clears. West Ham making their final substitution with Steve Jones replacing Steve Potts. Jones, who's got a couple of Premier League goals recently, and he's quick. Butler, Williamson, who's switched to a right-back position in this second half, feeds it through for Werner. And away comes Dix. Holdsworth made himself available. And this is Barker now, and Undlove, shot coming in from Undlove, and it's off the target. Fizzes wide, but he does take up excellent positions. He applauds the passing movement which led to the shot. It's the best build-up of the half, and it was a shame that Undlove just couldn't finish it. He couldn't turn on it, really. And there's a good young one against a good older, Williamson and Brady. Dix. Huge pass from him. What a ball it was for Rocastle. Is it going to find the net? Oh, no. Tony Gale makes sure it doesn't. Otherwise, Rocastle would have got the Premier League second of the night. It was a brilliant ball, though, from Julian Dix. Terrific 45-yard pass here. Rocastle gets his head to it. It was destined for the net, but for Tony Gale. And here's Gale. It's the fullback again. And once more, it's Rocastle who can't quite benefit from Dix's cross. So up the middle, Jones goes now. Pressman will stand his ground. And it's just hotted up a little bit in the last couple of minutes.
Not a bad game.
No, there's been some good football played, and been a few chances either end. Two good goals.
So far?
Yes, yeah, I think there'll be more to come. I think there'll be a few more, you know. There's a lot of chances in the first half created, but it's some good football, good passing.
Will we get a result or a diplomatic draw, do you think?
I think there'll be a winning goal here. I've got a feeling there'll be somebody who's going to get the winner.
Martin Allen. And Elvin Martin. Such a terrific stalwart of West Ham United. This young player that we'll be hearing about in future years, Williamson. Clive Allen leaves it to Martin Allen. Holmes. Then Rowland, and the cross is towards Boyle. And the 6'5" Jerome Bora gives West Ham the lead for the first time on the night. The centre-forward stride from Go-Ahead Eagles in Holland soars to meet this lovely cross from Keith Rowland, and it scrapes under Kevin Pressman. West Ham have the lead. Rowland's put over some teasing crosses tonight, and when you've got a big man like that on the end of them, you've got a chance. Premier League 1, West Ham 2, courtesy of Jerome Bora.
Second goal for West Ham, scored by number 19, Jerome Bora.
Jones now for West Ham. They've certainly got their tails up. Couldn't have been closer. Steve Jones, a scything shot here, and he's a foot off the mark. Left for Brady. Now it's Rocastle. That goal came at the end of a sustained spell of Premier League pressure. But it's West Ham who are in front. 2 on the score. Lovely ball from Liam Brady. That one certainly found the target. And this is Julian Dix. Then it's Hodges. Barker's in there, and Love's there. Here's Barker. Well stopped. Gary Kelly, excellent save from the Queen's Park Rangers midfield man. Julian Dix again with the ball in that counted. A little flick from Hodges, and Barker hammering it too straight. Here's Barker now. Up for Calderwood. Plays the right ball out of defence for Brady. Little nudge from him, and away goes Dix. 2-1, West Ham in front. Here's Dean Holdsworth, a one-on-one, and he might have got past his marker. Here's Holdsworth, and that was Kelly. Well, you back Dean Holdsworth 9 out of 10 in those situations. What a good stop from Kelly, who's the understudy goalkeeper here at the moment to Mikloshko. Come on loan from Bury. Lovely play, Hodges and Love, Dix. Excellent football, and Love again, and 3 men in the middle, if the cross is good enough. Barker's one calling for it, the cross wasn't good enough. Neither was Butler's clearance, and Love, Barker, and again he can't hit the target. Simon Barker's got half a dozen goals for QPR, but he's had 2 chances tonight and not been able to take any of them. Well, that really was an exhibition match pass out of defence to tee up on Love. He did likewise for Barker. He missed. And an excellent crowd here at Upton Park to pay tribute to Bobby Moore tonight. 20,311 the official attendance. Dix picks out Brady. He returns the compliment. Plenty of movement ahead of Julian Dix. Primarily made here by Rocastle. Swung in the tackle. Then waiting in the middle. It's Barker first. Undlove was second. Now Brady's going to try his luck, and Liam Brady whistles one in. Well, that's one of the great moments of the night. Liam Brady showing that when you've had it, you never lose it. It's brought a smile to the face of the Irishman. What a thump this one was, and what a roar would have gone up if it had found the net. Terrific try. He'll be telling the lads at Brighton about this one tomorrow. Played his ball for Hodges, and now Barker, and he races on, tries to get Holdsworth in. He might have got him in here. Martin, and then Kelly just makes the ground necessary to take it away from Holdsworth's toe end. Nice little layoff. Jones, Clive Allen. Jones trying to get into position for a return, and here he is. A bit wide for him. Hammer's queuing up. It's a very deep ball, laid back from Martin Allen. Well, he's going to try something really spectacular then. Instead, it's the clip over for Jones. He's got a real chance here. Thumps it in. Kevin Pressman gets a crucial touch, and that's a good stop from the Sheffield Wednesday keeper. Jones disappointed not to have made it 3-1 on the night. It's a free shot for him. Almost the perfect pass from Clive Allen. Jones would have been well on his way there. Instead of which, it's Somerby. Dix, one last assault maybe from the Premier League. Up towards Holdsworth. He was looking to turn on it and couldn't do so. But Barker's there. Here's Somerby now. Oh, a terrific effort from him. Kelly and Love can't turn it in. Well, Peter and Love coming in at the back post had a great opportunity there to make it all square on the night. Somerby here, thrashing the shot in. Kelly partially stopping it, and Love just found the angle too tight for him. And Bobby Moore would have been delighted. There's Undler Smith. But the final whistle has sounded, and it's a West Ham victory over the Premier League by 2-1. A hugely enjoyable evening. It was 1-1 at half-time. Tony Cottee, the old Hammers favourite, having given the Premier League side the lead. Clive Allen equalised, and the only addition to that score came in the second half from Jerome Bora. So it's West Ham United 2, the FA Premier League 1.
So an emotional, sentimental evening in the East End. 20,000 Hammers fans contributing generously to Bobby Moore's family and the Imperial Cancer Research Fund. Mementos for all concerned. 39 players took part, a medal for each of them. Liam Brady's was well deserved. A medal too for the bosses. A fun night for George Graham, manager of the Premier League squad.
Time to take the trophy, Steve Potts.
And Steve Potts takes the Bobby Moore Memorial Trophy from FA chairman Bert Millichip. On a night to savour for all those taking part.
Yeah, it's a very special night. It's a sad night as well, but obviously we'll remember it forever. So
you got a good reception.
I'm not surprised at that. You know what I mean, I've had 5 good years here. Had a good relationship with the fans, and they showed it what happened tonight.
Alvin, and for you, a West Ham man through and through, particularly an important night for you.
Yeah, I think it's always difficult to know how to approach the game. You obviously don't want to go silly and injure anybody. All the players who've come down here tonight is to celebrate the night of Bobby Moore. But you also want the game to be something for them to watch as well. And hopefully we got the level of competitiveness and the level of relaxed football right as well. I'm sure all the players enjoyed it. They're always difficult games, like you say, to tackle. But I think everybody who was involved tonight enjoyed the game.
Can you sum up from a player's point of view what Bobby Moore meant to this club?
I don't think I can. I've been here for 20 years now. I came in 1974. And everything that you're taught at the club revolves around people like Bobby, mainly Bobby Moore, and where he trained. Unfortunately, I got here a year after he'd gone. And it's something I'd always regretted, not being able to train with him and watch how he conducted himself. But he was such a popular man throughout the whole game, you know. And I think football has paid its tribute tonight. It's not just West Ham, but the whole country, you know.
Stephanie, that must have been a difficult as well as an enjoyable night for you.
I think more than anything, it was a celebration of Bobby's life. Everybody, all the people that loved him at West Ham turned out tonight, and it's just marvellous to see. It did me the world of good.
Over 20,000 people here.
That's right, it's magnificent. The atmosphere was superb. It poured with rain at times, and everybody had a wonderful time. Excellent. I'm really pleased.
Well, as you say, it may have been a cold March night, but there was a certain warmth about it. This night will live on in our memories, just as Bobby Moore will.